I forget that your brother's David or Charles and Michael. It's kind of strange. So we have a lot to talk about today. There's a lot going on in Texas. So a lot of the stuff we're talking about today is Texas specific and Texas related, which I guess is kind of the same thing. We were talking about the Ibogaine research before. That's not a topic for today, but it is quite interesting because today Governor Abbott signed a $50 million legislation for $50 million research into Ibogaine, which I only found out what it was 10 minutes ago. And so it's quite interesting, and it's for brain trauma and addiction recovery and something else. I missed the other one, but it's quite interesting. So we'll see where that goes. I didn't see PTSD listed, which is interesting because, as Brad said before we started, typically things like this would be used for PTSD, and that's the only way they would kind of get through. And I didn't see it listed, so I don't know.
I think Michael could probably confirm that. It seems like all the hallucinogen research is centered around PTSD. Is that right? Isn't it? I mean, Rick Perry.
Yeah, a lot of it.
Rick Perry gets up to the legislature and talks about like legalization of MDMA, and he has to couch it in PTSD, all that stuff. And every time you hear about SB3, and I think we're going to talk about that today, that people, the advocates are talking about it helps with PTSD. It's always about PTSD. Why do we have so much PT? SD.
Why do we have so much of it?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think we have so much of it. I think it's geared towards like veterans, and that's how they get a lot of this stuff through because they set claims for veterans.
I feel like there's a PTSD epidemic.